Hey, what up, what up, what up, baby? It's your boy G, man, and we're back on with Talking with G. Hey, man, we have a great show ahead of us today, man. Thank you all for tuning in. I see we got my man Matt Nagy out here already on YouTube. What's up, big dog? Hope everything's going well out there, bro. We will definitely jump into some stuff we talked about last time, man. Remember, you all, remember to like, subscribe, follow your boy on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Um, like I said, man, we have a great show. We had a special guest coming in today, man, Super Bowl champion, Decatur legend, um, one of my good friends, man, Daniel Wilcox, 9 year NFL player. We had to postpone that show um, for Saturday. So we will have Daniel on Saturday, man. So make sure to tune in on Saturday, um, and we'll get on with that show. And my man Matt is ready to go, man. I love it. I love it. Um, Matt, yeah. So Matt is asking over on YouTube, man. We're gonna jump right into it. Am I liking the Dan Quinn pickup? Uh, Yes, I do. I do. I like the Dan. I love the Dan Quinn pickup, Matt. I think Dan is a hell of a defensive coordinator. I'm not really sure about a head coach. Sometimes you're a better DC than you are a head coach, man. And I think he's a very very good defensive coordinator, man. So I'm happy with that pickup. Um, the Joe Witt. I'm a little skeptical about that. Um, Looking at that Atlanta defense, that secondary defense, they weren't that great. Um, so I'm not really sure about that pickup, but I'm hearing and I'm reading that he's a good teacher, so he will be able to teach the guys um, how to play the defensive style that he wants them to play. Um, yeah, Chubb Pagano retired, huh? Oh, I didn't hear that. I did not hear that, man. Oh, that's a tough one. Um, wow. Oh man, that's tough. Uh, Cause y'all have the pieces on defense, man, in Chicago. So they're saying that they defensive coordinator retired for Chicago. So um, they have a lot of names out there, man. Marvin Lewis is out there still. Wade Phillips. There's some pieces that Chicago can go to. You still have Chris Richard out there, um, so you can be okay. Just don't go after the Rex Ryans, and I wouldn't put them in at I wouldn't put them in charge, man. But Larry Foote, yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even know he was up, but he was who was Larry Foote with? Yeah, he was the linebacker for what the Steelers, right? Um, I like Larry Foote as a linebacker, um, but I didn't even know he was actually in the runnings for a defensive coach job. So that's an interesting one. That's a nice gem right there, Nagy. Um, oh, he's for Tampa Bay. Okay, okay, okay. And Gerard Mayo, he's another former player. Okay. Yeah, those are some nice gems, baby boy. I like that. I like that. Um, their coaches are going younger and younger. So picking up somebody that's new and fresh might be the way to go. The offenses are becoming younger. The offensive coordinators are becoming younger. So might as well go with the defensive coordinators to be as young as well. So that's not a bad thought, man. I didn't even think about them two, and so that I appreciate that, Matt. I appreciate that. Um, so since we're on the Cowboys talk already, let's stay on it, man. We'll stay on it, man, and we will be getting Mike Prince on um, soon. Matter of fact, let me send him a text and make sure he up. I know my man got to work in the morning, so let me make sure my dog is up. Um, but the Cowboys picking up Dan Quinn um, has me, and I was a big Nolan, not a big Nolan fan, but I wanted to see Nolan come back, man. I didn't want my team to have to go through another defensive coordinator. Um, so if we had to go to another man, I'm not upset with going with Dan Quinn. Um, I think, like I said, I think Dan Quinn built that Legion of Boom in Seattle. Um, and I keep hearing people bring up Earl Thomas's name and should he go after Earl Thomas? And I know Earl Thomas was a great player. I don't know if he still is. Um, he hasn't played in the league, man. Now, he didn't play all last year, so I don't really know if he can still come out and be effective. So I I don't want him to go chasing after Earl Thomas and try to chase after what he had back then. Um, and you're absolutely right. So my boy Matt says that the problem with the Cowboys defense is there's not enough playmakers, and and this league, man, you need playmakers on all three levels, and we have, I think we have it now on two levels. I don't think we have it at the third, at second level, and that second level is the linebackers. Our linebackers haven't played uh, up to par. I think we have a playmaker and at safety with Donovan Wilson. I think we have a playmaker at at DN and Tank Lawrence and Gregory and Alden Smith as well. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that part of it. I need my linebackers to play much better, man. And we need help at the linebackers. Um, I like the um, I like the pickup of Trayvon Diggs, man. I think he's also another playmaker in that secondary that will bowl strong for us uh, for years to come. So uh, we just need that linebacker, and um, I wouldn't be what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, I would like for them to go after your boy in Seattle, man. Um, the linebacker in Seattle. I think that's Dan Quinn's type of guy, man. So if he's available, I would definitely go after him. Um, so my boy Matt says the Bears were close with the Saints in the wild card. It wasn't as bad as it looked, and that's a good thing. I'm glad you brought that up because I got into a little debate with my boy Mark Small and Aaron Dreesen uh, last week, man, about your boys. Um, I thought, I picked them to win. I thought they would win. I thought their defense would step up, and I thought Trubisky would have a great game. Um, I thought he had been playing well, and I thought he would get his playmakers involved. Um, how do you feel Mitchell Trubisky did in that game, Matt? And let me know if you think um, he's worthy of being your starter going forward, man. Are you comfortable with him being the starter? I thought I thought the team was kind of skeptical and on edge with him being the starter, and I thought he needed to have a really really good game in that wild card game, man, against the Saints for them to solidify his spot. Um, he'll be a free agent in March. So do you keep him or do you let him go? Play calling was conservative. Yeah, yeah. He won't be. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Matt. I didn't think he did enough, man, to keep his job to warrant them to keep him um, for another year or even sign him into another contract. I totally agree with you on that, man. Um, I'm seeing your boy Matt Stafford uh, maybe wanting out in Detroit. Yeah, yeah, and that's what Matt. I'm with you, man. I don't think he's a bad player, but I do believe he may just be a backup. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with what you're saying, man. I just don't think he is a starter in this league. Let me fix this 1 second here. There we go. Yeah, I just don't believe he's a starter in this league, man. Um, it's it's being a backup in the NFL is not a bad job. It's not a slight to what you are, man. But to be a starter in this league and be um, to take a team to the playoffs and give them a chance, you have to be better than what Trubisky has been, man. That's just my opinion. Um, so I definitely I'm definitely in believe in what you're saying. Um, Deshaun Watson also, yeah. So Matt says they like Deshaun Watson. I think a lot of teams want Deshaun, man. You know, knowing that he wants out of there, um, a lot of teams will want that. Um, I think Miami might be high on the list too. Uh, so anybody who gets Deshaun Watson, man, is getting a good team, again a good player, and he immediately makes that team better. Um, he's a winner. Deshaun Watson winner, man, and his career is wasting in Houston, man. Um, Andre came out and said it. Andre Johnson came out and said it this week that Houston is known for wasting talent in that organization up there, and they are wasting his, and they wasted J.J. Watts. Um, they they were Hopkins was fortunate enough to get traded out of there. I don't know how he did it, but he was fortunate enough to get traded out of Houston, man. So he can at least give himself a chance to be successful outside of Houston. Um, so yeah, but I think the Bears, man, are on the right path. I think they're on the right path. Like you said, you need a quarterback. Um, Stafford. I think Stafford. If you don't get Deshaun Watson, man, I think Stafford is a good pickup. I think Stafford is a quarterback that can take you places. Um, I think his career has died in Detroit, where that's another place like Houston, man, where they waste a ton of talent. Um, so I can't wait to see what you all do um, next year at quarterback. I see y'all are staying with your coach and you're staying with your GM. So um, that's that's the first step, man. But you see, there's another organization out there, another team that is not staying with their coach, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, so Philly, they ended the season pissing off the New York Giant fans, pissing off the New York Giant players, and a week later, Philly the owners part ways with Doug Peterson. Um, they chose Carson Wentz over Doug Peterson, man, and that to me is um, pretty strange, man. To go for that player over the coach. So basically, they're saying the coach is the problem. So, or they just figure they paid so much money to um, Carson Wentz that they can't get rid of him. So if Carson's not happy, then we have to make him happy by getting rid of the coach. Uh, Corey, what's up, my dog? You know I got to, Mirror. You know I got to. Um, so my boy, Big Corey Davis is on, man. I appreciate you watching, big homie. So he asked on Facebook, do you think Jerry let Dan be the same type of defense coordinator that he was in Seattle? Yes, I do. I think I think it's not up to Jerry. I think it's Mike McCarthy, but I think Mike is going to let him be that same type of coordinator, man. Um, I think what Jerry is doing now is really allowing Mike McCarthy to make all the choices, man. And I think you can tell by the people that he's picking. He's picking um, friends of his. He's picking uh, people that he believes in, and I don't think these are Jerry's people. So yeah, I think if you allowed him to be this your coach and you allowed him to take the reins, I think you have to let him run the team like he wants to run the team. So yeah, baby boy, I do believe um, I do believe that he will allow him to do that, and hopefully he can bring the Legion of Doom um, or Legion of Boom back to uh, the NFL, man. And my homegirl Mira, what's up? Yes, I got to get out of work, man. I got to get out of work to do this show, man. Talking with G is not just uh, a show for me, man. It's a show for the people. So yeah, definitely got to get off to do it, man. Got to get off to do it. So uh, back to you, Matt. Yeah, the Eagles definitely should have fired their GM. I don't think he's been doing a great job. I think uh, there we go. I think definitely um, Peterson has done a pretty decent job there, man. Um, they've been in the playoffs, I think 3 out of the 4 years. They have a Super Bowl. They um, they have had a ton of injuries, and they have a quarterback who's always injured. Um, so I think the GM, like you said, man, that the GM and the organization has made the mistake and rushed to pay Carson Wentz all that money, and now they're paying for it. I think getting rid of Peterson was uh, it's gonna be a mistake. It's gonna end up being a mistake for them. So yeah, I'm okay with it now, and I'm hearing now that Adam uh, Adam Gase is the front runner for the Eagles job. Please, 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 Adam Gase, get that job. Do everything you can. I will write a referral for you, man. Tell them to call me, and I will send in a good message for you, um, so you can get that job, man. Uh, Matt, who's Trey Lance? Oh yeah, oh yeah, I love that. uh, um, I don't know who Trey Lance, man. You got to hit me up to that one, big dog. I'm not sure who Trey Lance is. Um, oh yeah, Adam Gase is woo. He's trash, but if he goes to the Eagles, man, he is. I'm a big fan of that. So I don't need him going anywhere else but the Eagles. So um, definitely want him in the NFC East. shoot, the AFC East has had them for some years, man, and they've been blessed um, to have them over there, man. So I would definitely want to be blessed with that. Oh, the quarterback out of North Dakota. Okay, man, that's a ton of quarterbacks coming out in the first round, man. What's that? Five or six? Um, honestly, dog, I couldn't even tell. I haven't looked at any film on Trey Lance. Um, shoot, I haven't watched very much of any of these college football games, man. My first time seeing Alabama was this weekend. I mean, this Monday, and I didn't realize how great that doggone Smith was. Um, and I'm not even sure if Smith was really that great or Ohio State's defense was just that bad. I have never seen a Heisman Trophy winner run that wide open on so many plays, man. I, maybe Sarkeesian is just a genius because that man was open every play. All you heard all Monday night was touchdown Smith, touchdown Smith, touchdown Smith. Uh, yeah, it was pretty bad, man. I thought Ohio State was going to put up a better fight than that, man. Um, so yeah, so I couldn't even tell you about Trey Lance, man. So I forgive me for that. I will have to do some research on that kid, man, and maybe get back to you on it. What's up, Keith? Um, what's up, Kamara? What's up, my dog? Kamarie? Appreciate you all watching, big dog. Um, so yeah. So where 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 do the Eagles go from here, man? Um, would anybody else want to go to the Philly organization? Um, I know a lot of people feel like they may have lost the coach may have lost the team after he did what he did. Um, but I think he did it for the betterment of the team. I think he was looking out for the team. Um, as a coach, man, you have to look at the big picture, and you don't get the focus just on the right now all the time, man. So I thought he did what probably any coach would have done, man. Um, and that's look for uh, where you would be in the draft. So I don't fault him for what he did, man. But uh, now he's jobless. But I don't see him being jobless for long. I do see him getting him a gig soon. Um, and that leads me to this right here. What's up with the Falcons, man? Why haven't the Falcons picked them a coach yet? Um, or do you think they haven't picked the coach because they're trying to figure out if they're going to keep Matt Ryan or if the coaches want to keep Matt Ryan? I know the fans are kind of done with Matt Ryan. Um, yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Mike Franklin. So Mike Franklin says, man, if you're playing anything, you're playing to win. That's true. That's true. But you're talking about it as a player. You're not looking at it as a coach. So this man he's the coach. He's the man who has to run this team. Um, so he has to look at the bigger picture. As a player, you don't have that opportunity, man, to look at the bigger picture. Your job is to go out there and perform each and every time you get out there on the field. And I think his team was doing that. Um, because for a player, what you put on tape is what you are. So you have to go out there and play like that. Um, but like I said, he as a coach, as a guy running a team, you would rather have the ninth or fourth pick or fifth pick than to have the 16th pick or the 15th pick. So you can't really fault the guy from a coaching standpoint, man. Um, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to make tough decisions, and it's not gonna please each and every one of you all, but um, you try to do what's always best for the team, man. Um, and that's the hard thing about being a coach. So I don't fault him for it. I don't. I understand why he did it. What's up, Big Phil? Uh, so so back to the Falcons, man. What is going on, man? Okay. So that's good. That's good. That's good. So Big Corey says he thinks the that Arthur Blank wants his GM to have a say so in the coaching pick. So I can see that. I can see that. Uh, so they still haven't picked a GM yet. Um, I mean, the, these these coaches are going to get picked up pretty soon, man. So I don't know how much longer you're going to wait. You're gonna miss out on some pretty good coaches out there. Um, I, I I honestly think Eric Bieniemy is where they need to go. I don't think they need to wait on the GM for that. I think you know what kind of coach he is. You know what you're getting in him, and um, whatever GM will just have to deal with that coach. Um, I don't think you want to miss out on the opportunity to get a great coach. Um, so Mike Franklin says over on YouTube, man, uh, would I play for someone that didn't want to win? Um, I can see the frustration. I can see at that point how upset I would be that he was not trying to win. Um, but I think afterwards, Doug Peterson has shown that he is trying to win, man. I'm not even a Doug Peterson fan, but he's shown that he's willing to do anything to try to get a dub. Um, so yeah, I don't like I said, I would be upset at the time, but overall, I'm okay with what he did, and as a player, I would be okay with what he did as well, man. That Philadelphia team played hard for him. That's one thing you cannot deny. Uh, the Eagles played very hard for their coach, and they played very hard up to the last minute. And they, like you said, they didn't all agree on it, but and that's during the game. That's because they're competitors, so I can understand that. But now looking back on it, I'm sure they're okay with it. They knew they weren't going nowhere in the playoffs. Look, um, it's a business, and at the end of the day, these players know that it's a business. So yeah, I can play for that. I can play for a coach like that, man, because I believe he's trying to win. Um, so Mike Franklin asks, do we think that the Falcons should trade Matt Ryan? I don't think you can trade him. I think you can release him if you want to do it. I don't think there's a big market for Matt Ryan trade wise. I think a lot of teams would like to have Matt Ryan, but I don't think a lot of teams are willing to give up anything to get Matt Ryan. Um, uh, yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that, Mike. So Mike said he heard there's two defensive players for the Eagles had to be held back when Hurt didn't go in. Um, and I can see that. Like you said, you're in the heat of the battle, man. You're trying to win, so I can definitely see that. And guess what, man? We got my boy Mike Prince on. He's back from his nap. Hold on one second. Let me add him to the stream.
You know what? I wasn't taking on that. Something wrong with my phone today, man. You got jokes, but I'm gonna let you
What up,
slide
big
with that
homie? Hey, welcome to the
one,
show, baby.
dog.
Welcome to the
Sorry about
show,
that,
man.
man.
Hey, we got my boy Mike Prince back on, man. Thanks for coming on, big dog. I know you got to get up early in the morning, man. I appreciate you
No,
coming on.
no, you good, man. You good, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, you
So,
good.
so we're talking about, man, the Falcons, um, the Falcons offense and Matt Ryan, and then we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and their situation. Um,
Okay,
So
did you talk about the Falcons offense? What offense?
well, well,
Was
well,
Matt Ryan? Was Matt Ryan done? Nothing.
um, yeah, they
Still
they
send their coach our way.
yeah, yeah. So that we was Mike was asking, do they think they would trade Matt Ryan, or
Yeah,
or do you think there's a market out there for Matt Ryan?
yeah. I mean, well, he was on the trading blocks since the beginning of the year. Nobody, they haven't heard nothing about nobody being interested in him. So, um, we have to see what happens during the offseason. But yeah, there's definitely a market for him because there's a couple of teams out there that's going to need quarterbacks
Mm-hmm.
still.
Do you think people are really willing to give up any commodities for Matt Ryan though?
Oh, that's the good one right there.
I
What I
think
mean, what is actually is he worth though? I mean, he's came up short. When's the last time they even made the playoffs? That was that year they lost in the Super Bowl, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What was the last time?
yeah. And
So
I think I don't I think if he would have to be released, I don't think you can trade him. I don't think anybody's willing to give up anything for him.
no, I don't think so either because
Yeah.
he hasn't proven that he can really win much. I mean, like I said, people play different places. So we're
I
just
think he's a
we'll have
good
to
I
see.
think he's a good quarterback. I really do.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think Matt Ryan's a bad quarterback. Um uh
Okay.
Mike
Well,
Franklin
okay.
says he thinks he can go to the Pats. I think he can go to the Pats as well. I think he can go to the Pats and do well with the Pats.
Who would you rather have, him or Fitzmagic? I mean,
I Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I I personally I think I would rather go with Matt Ryan than Fitzpatrick.
okay.
And that's probably because I've seen Matt Ryan start more. Um Mike Franklin also said the Colts. That's not a bad place either. A veteran
No,
team.
that's not a bad place. I mean, they could use him. I mean, he might just need a new start somewhere else, man.
Yeah.
So they could probably use him in one or two of those places. I mean, because they're gonna need somebody in both places. Because right
Mm-hmm.
now they're both gonna be rebuilding for. I mean, because Cam's not gonna be there, and then the Colts, your boy's supposed to be retiring. So yeah, I could see one of those destinations.
Um, Matt Michael Franklin says, and I called him Michael. I'm sorry, Michael. It's Mike Franklin. He says, "Man, stop saying Fitzpatrick is going to leave. Man, he ain't going
I
nowhere."
didn't say lead. I said just be a fill-in. Okay, I said be a fill-in because he has won a bunch of games and he was on a 5-game win streak before they pulled him. So
uh-huh.
those are just the facts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, that was this year,
yeah.
and he has came in and won game from behind. So I'm just saying we know that he's not going to be a starting leading quarterback could lead him. He's just could fill in to maybe help somebody else come along. I don't think Miami should have gave him up. I think they should have kept him for to keep helping Tua. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's just my own opinion on that.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Mike said he used to love
hey,
it, man. He said he used to love it. So my boy, Corey Davis, man. So everybody knows, everybody heard that Matt Stafford wants out of Detroit. He wants to go
yeah,
to a contender. Um, and he said that the Falcons would be a good place for him. What do you
I
think
think it
about
would
that?
be too. I think it would be too, especially with Julio. Not Stafford
Yeah,
really have a chance. He hasn't had nobody in Detroit. Nobody.
yeah,
And
that's
he's a
true.
good quarterback. I take him before I take Matty Ice.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, so
yeah.
you
No,
can swap those
that's
two. Hey, you can swap those two and find out what you got.
yeah,
If it comes down to it.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not a bad look, man. That's not a bad look. You have pieces on the offensive side for the Falcons, man. Calvin really he may have made himself the number one receiver on that team. And then Julio can play the number two. I don't think
Yeah.
Julio's the number one right now, man. Um, he just can't stay healthy.
No, I can't.
He can't stay healthy, man. So you put Ridley at the number one, man, and you take that pressure off of Julio to be that number one, and I think you have a better Julio, and you might be able to allow Julio to last a couple more years. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, you take some strain off him, man, and then get him some help, man. Then draft strong.
yeah.
Need to draft a counterpart for him, so less double teams, and
Hmm.
so he can get himself wide open. Because you always need a number one, number two.
Yeah.
I mean, so they need that, and they need to get a stronger running back too, and to take
They do
pressure
need a
off
running back.
pass.
They do need a running back. Um, my boy Corey says Stafford was the quarterback when Megatron was there. So um, at his later years. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely. Mike Franklin says that Cam would be good in the ATL. I think you mentioned this before, Mike. Cam coming to the
You don't
East.
listen to anything I say about Cam because you're a Cam hater. So that's a different story.
Um,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
he might
not.
not do too bad.
Yeah, he'd be a good backup for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
for whoever the starter is. I don't think Cam would be a good starter for the Falcons. Um, I don't think Cam would be a good starter for anybody out there really. Um, but that's just the hater in me.
No, man, you have your reasons. I see, but like I said, man, you can never take the fight out of an NFL player, man. I mean, if they feel they can really do it, then they're gonna go out there and prove that they can. I mean, if he can prove that he can, then good. If he can't, then sometimes you got to accept your role. Like he said, he's never gonna be a backup. You can
Yeah,
never say never.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
You know
right.
what I'm saying? If
You're
there's
right.
opportunity for you to be a backup and still make some money and still learn something and take over later, then I think you should take the opportunity. I think you should never say that I'm not gonna do something and you don't really know what's gonna happen or what your future has for you.
Hmm.
Especially coming off the year that he had in New
Yeah,
England.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Mike Franklin does. He agrees with you. He does think I'm a hater as well. Um, but I want to see Matthew Stafford get out of Detroit, man. I think
Yeah.
I hate to see good players' careers kind of get wasted, man. The same thing I feel with Deshaun Watson. I think he needs to get
Yeah.
out of Houston, man. Um, these are teams that don't give their star players help, and
No.
um, the, I, they, they Deshaun is young, so he still has an opportunity. Stafford is on his, he's on the back end of his career. He
And
doesn't have very many years left. Um,
yeah, yeah, I agree. And he's a Georgia boy, so coming home for him might not be too bad.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a Georgia boy by college, but he's a
Yeah,
Texas boy.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. I mean, and you go to the University of Georgia and then you come play for Atlanta.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
you can ask anything better than that.
yeah. So,
What's
crew,
up?
man, the family that's watching, man, if you want to jump on with us, I did put the stream um, online so you can see it on Facebook, man. If y'all do want to join, man, and click in and ask questions via live, I did put it out there for you all to jump on with me and Mike, bro. So
Yeah, yeah.
the lines are
I don't,
open. The lines are
I don't know
open.
what it was, but that last stream, like I said, I had a couple. I don't know, it just kept not picking up. So I had to go back to the first one you sent me. So I don't
Okay.
know because of this group thing
Mm-hmm.
but it was different. So
It's
we
different.
just had to double check that. Yeah, it just wouldn't let me get on, so I had to go
Okay.
back to the first one that you sent me.
Okay. 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 All right. We'll have to check that
But it
out.
could work. But it could work for somebody else. Like I got an S10, so people think iPhones are better, but whatever. But
Oh,
I
you don't
like
have
my
an iPhone?
no. Why? What's the problem?
I'm just asking, bro.
No, I got a Galaxy. I got an S10, man. Shoot, I like my S10. Everybody else in my house have iPhones though. Don't give everybody. I no,
Yeah.
I'm an Android dude. I like my S10.
Look, I feel you, man. I feel you. So Mike Franklin says Stafford would be a upgrade in Vegas. I don't know if he would be an upgrade, man.
No, I
I
don't
like
think
Derek
so.
Carr. I
I
like
don't.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that they're good with good. I think they're good with Carr,
yeah,
and that's for sure, man. Because I mean, Stafford's look, like I said, he's up there as well, man. I mean, he's not no spring chicken, so you can't put him in a situation where he has to run for his life. So
hmm
it has to be a certain spot that where he can thrive with a good offensive line too. So you just can't put him anywhere you want to put him.
yeah,
He has to be selective,
yeah.
you know.
I
So
think Las Vegas, man. It wasn't their offense that let them down, man. I think their defense let them down this year.
yeah, the defense they get way
They,
too many points.
yeah, way too many, man. And you know
hmm
who their defensive coordinator was?
Oh, what was his name? Oh my God, I can't even think of his name. Doggone it, that's a good
Yeah,
question.
it's okay, but he came from the Cowboys. So
Yeah, well.
yeah, yeah,
We gonna
Marin
talk
Haley.
about the Cowboys defensive coordinator. Oof, let me tell you, I'm still up in the air
So
about that one. But
you didn't get on when we was talking about that. So my boy
mm,
Matt Nagy was on earlier, man, and he that was the first thing he brought up. How do I feel about Dan Quinn? So I told him how I felt, man, and I think everybody else heard how I felt, and I'm happy. I like Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn is a better coordinator than he is a offensive head coach or yeah, a head coach. Um,
okay,
so I think he will get us back to the Legion of Boom. So let
do
me hear
you?
your thoughts on this, Mike.
I mean, okay, so he's a pretty good defensive coordinator, and he did build the Legion of Boom. That's it. But I still think that should have went Marvin Lewis. He built the Ravens 2000 Super Bowl winning defense. Okay, and I understand Legion of Boom was good, but the Ravens were better. They were a better defense than Legion of Boom, so many ways. Even though they did have Ray Lewis and all them,
Hall of
and
Famers. Yeah, they had
they had,
Hall of Famers.
ooh, you talk
Yeah,
about Hall of Famers, bro. Oh
yeah.
my God! But you still kept the personalities together, and they were all played as a team. But like I said, I had to give one of the guys at my job today came up to me right before I left. It was funny. He said, hey Prince. He said, thank you. We appreciate you taking Dan Quinn off our hands. I was like, okay. I said, well, I didn't know that's going to be a compliment, but I'll take it. But I said, okay. So, I mean, but if he can come in and at least make us, because they have what, a 4-3 defense?
Uh-huh.
So that'll give us, we get four linemen. So we're going to be rushing the quarterback with four regardless each time. And he'll be dodging the blitzes. So we're going to have our three best linebackers in the back.
So we
And
need to
then we'll
get some
have to have
linebackers.
we're going to have to play with a safety all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
We have to play. Sometimes we have to play with strong safety and free safety, and
Mm-hmm.
play with two outstanding corners. So he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to make the choice to figure out how he's gonna do his defense. But do you think his defensive coordinated abilities have varied since he's been a head coach, or do you think he can get them back?
Um, I think he will bring the pieces in needed for that defense. I think we was already set up for a 4-3 defense to begin with, and I think we tried to switch over kind of to a 3-4 and then to a hybrid type defense that was kind of out of control this year. Um, but I think he can. I think he can work with the pieces that he has right now. I think there's people in the draft that will definitely help out what he wants to do. Um, and I think he can get us not to the Legion of Boom, but I think he can get us close. I think like I was telling Matt earlier, man. I think we have playmakers on two of our levels right now, and that's Tank Lawrence, Randy Gregory, and if we keep Alden Smith, I think Alden Smith can be a great one third man for us. That's on the
Okay,
front. That's on the front line, and then you have Donovan Wilson and Trevon Diggs on the backside. Um,
Okay.
I think both of them are playmakers, man. Um, you
Well,
add
I can.
you add another corner to that, and
Okay.
another veteran safety, and not Earl Thomas. I don't want Earl Thomas. I think Earl Thomas is I don't want to say washed up, but he hasn't played football in a year now. I don't I don't
Well,
I don't want to bring him to the squad. We couldn't get Adams, then I definitely don't want uh, Thomas, man.
okay. Okay. I can understand that. I can understand. So let me ask you something. Then, since we're on football right now, so what do you think about Deshaun Watson saying he's going to stand his ground, listening to Andre Johnson
Mm-hmm.
about, I guess, stand his ground means that he's going to stand his ground, saying that he wants to get moved out of there.
Mm-hmm. And he should. He should. I was talking about that earlier, man. Um, he he needs to leave out of Houston, man. They're not. They're wasting his career. Um, he they're not trying to win, man. And like you said before, getting rid of his best player, his buddy, his homie, they were dynamic together, and releasing him and not releasing him, trading him for nothing, um, was a disgrace, and it showed what they really thought about him and what they were trying to do, man.
Hmm.
It's a business, and if this is his leverage, then I think he should use it. I think he should
Yeah,
use it.
I
Um,
agree.
so Corey says that when I brought up Randy Gregory for the Cowboys, he says he has issues. Um, actually, man, his issues was weed. His issues was marijuana, and it was marijuana because he was dealing with depression. So it was his way of coping with his depression, man.
Yeah,
Um, besides that, he never had any other issues. And now
no,
that the league has kind of gotten lenient on that, I
yeah,
think he may be able to survive in this league, man.
yeah,
Like I said, Randy Gregory wasn't a bad person. He was never in trouble off the field. It was just, like I said, it was just the marijuana that got him in trouble, man. Um, and he went through this season after the first 6 games, man, with no issue, with no problems. And like I
yeah,
said, since they've gotten lenient on the marijuana, um, I guess testing,
yeah.
um,
Protocol.
the
Yeah.
protocol on it
Hmm.
all,
Hmm.
that allowed him to be able to play. I think
Yeah,
the one that had the issues before that wasn't just marijuana was Alden Smith, and you see he kind of didn't have any issues either. Um, but I think that's the benefit. I think that's the benefit of being in Dallas because Dallas has a lot of um, help or people around you. They can put people in places to help you deal with whatever you're dealing with, man.
yeah. I agree.
So
They have a strong support system.
yeah, strong support system. Exactly, exactly. Um, so um, I think he is definitely in the right spot, man. And I think Arthur Smith will probably stay because of that. I think because the Cowboys gave they went out on a limb and gave him a chance, and the same goes with Gregory. Anytime a team believes in you like that and will have your back like that, I think you kind of feel indebted to him, and I think they are both will probably stay um, with the Cowboys because of that.
Yep.
So
You're right. You're right. Okay, so have you checked out what the game lineup's gonna be for this weekend?
um, not the times, but we I guess we do know who's all playing. You have St. Louis, no, St. Louis. You have the Los Angeles Rams um, going to Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Buccaneers
Mm-hmm.
going to New Orleans for
Mm-hmm.
round three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you have uh, Baltimore going up to Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And
One more.
then yes, and then you have the dog on Cleveland Browns going
Hmm.
to Kansas City.
So what you up
What's
to
up,
for the
Big
weekend?
Stan? We got Big Stan watching on Facebook, man. What's up, big homie? Um, so these are some really good games, man. Where you want to
They're
start? You
great
want to start on the
games.
NFC or the AFC?
Uh, we could start NFC.
Okay, let's go NFC first then. Um,
Okay.
let's go Bucks going to the Saints.
Okay.
That's not a good matchup for the Bucks, man. The Saints seem to put a lot of pressure. That pressure you were talking about that the Washington football team was going to put on Brady. That's
Hmm.
the type of pressure that the Saints puts on him, man. And he hasn't looked good this year against them. I think that's going to be a tough matchup for the Bucks, man. I don't really see the Bucks coming out on top of this one, even though it's super hard to beat a team, man, 3 times in the season, super hard. As you can
So
see
you got
with
the
the
Saints.
yes, yeah, as you can
Okay.
see what happened with the Steelers, beating the team. Well, the Steelers didn't beat them last time, so never mind. That doesn't even go. What up, Big Low? Um, yeah, so that I guess that doesn't really apply. So I just cancel that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. So then yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the Bucks, man, that's tough for the Bucks. That's tough. Um, so then
Okay.
we have Green Bay, who have been sitting at home, waiting and watching. Uh,
Hmm.
they getting a Rams team coming in there, who I'm sure none of us picked to be this far. Um, but that defense came to play last week, man, and that may be a problem for the Green Bay Packers, man.
I don't think so. Can they
Aaron
play in the snow
Rodgers,
though?
Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. It's the clear MVP of the NFL right now, right? I think
Yeah.
I think you you will eliminate their best player in Devontae Adams with Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
If Aaron Donald plays, which they say he is, that's going to be a tough defense to move the ball on. Um,
Okay.
I still have Green Bay winning, but I,
Okay.
I, I think it's going to be tough for them, man. So on Wednesday, I will say Green Bay is going to win. Um, but but hey, we got one. We got another. Hey man, we got somebody else coming into the show. My dog Corey Davis, man.
All right.
Let, let's add my dog to the show.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
So man,
sir.
What's happening,
Big
Prince?
Corey.
what's going on,
Hey,
man?
let me introduce you, man. This is my guy, man. Probably one of the most fun loving, the guy who has probably missed his calling. The man should have been a comedian. Fantasy football legend. Um, the cater legend. Just a great guy all around, man. This is my dog Corey Davis. Welcome to the
What's
show,
up?
big dog.
What's up, man? I've been a fan since day one, man. I appreciate you having me on, Prince. Big
Absolutely, bro.
Prince, how you doing?
Absolutely.
What's up, dog? Welcome to the show, dog. How you
Hey, man,
doing,
I
man?
appreciate it. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Look, hey, man, I love what y'all doing, man. I just want to say, man, y'all keep it up, man. I tell my boy all the time to stay encouraged, but you know what I'm saying? Because it's something I appreciate watching them do. Get out of here. I'll be out. I got kids too, man.
Hey
But,
there, hey man, me too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, I got one
yeah.
out in the room on the PlayStation 4 right now, so I feel you, dog.
Hey, bro,
It's
look,
okay. It's okay.
yeah, man.
It's
Thank you.
all right, Corey. So, give me your picks for first game, Saints and the Buccaneers. Who you got?
Man, I'm tell you, I like to go with my division. You know, I mean, I never been a Saints fan, but I tend to I try to keep it, simple. But I really think Tom got something to do, man. I think
Yeah.
he on a mission, man. So I'm gonna go with the Saints. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. My bad.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
don't feel bad because
Okay.
I'm going with the Buccaneers too.
Okay.
Go.
I'm looking for that upset because like I was telling G, you cannot it's hard to beat beat a team 3 times in one season, and
That,
especially the third time when you're going against the GOAT, and ain't seen you twice.
right.
Ain't
I can
seen
go
you
for that.
twice.
I can go for that.
So,
Yeah, I
so
like it. I like it. I like it, man. Yeah, the goat is the goat is the goat, man. And I kind of agree with y'all, man. I think he's on a mission, man. I think he has something to prove, and I think he wants to kind of stick it to Belichick. You know, yeah. So I think he wants to let him know, man. I did this. You ain't gonna win without me, but I can win without you.
yeah,
But I just think his role is gonna end at the Saints, man. I think the Saints are just the better team.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
okay. Because defense or because of offense? Because
Definitely
offense
defense.
will kind of match it the same way. Now now the Buccaneers defense show up and happen to shut down the 2 targets that the Saints have. Then what they gonna do?
They still have Kamara, man. That's the X factor. That's always going to be the
That
X factor.
2 targets,
Yeah.
two. Now how many targets does the
I
Buccaneers have?
thought you were talking about Taysom Hill and Michael Thomas.
Man, you leave that gadget play out of this, man.
Hey man, I'll say this here though. I've listened to y'all talk for a while, man. And I noticed my man G, he always say, coach got to be a dog. And I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie to you, man. That Saints coach, man, that boy
yeah,
a
Yeah, dog.
dog. He
yeah,
bring and I always say, I know he's a product of Parcells, but
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, that man brings it every year, man. For a
yeah,
coach to make that much of an impact from him taking a chance on Breeze, 12, 13 years ago,
yeah,
that says a lot, man. That says a
yeah.
lot when you have talent, man.
I
I,
agree
I
with
I
you.
like it. I like it. That's a brother who listens, man. That my boy be on the show, man.
Oh my
Hey,
God. Oh
hey,
my God.
a
Oh
dog.
my
Hey,
God. Stop it.
hey, you
Stop
gotta
it.
have that dog,
Stop it
man.
now.
It
Stop
do,
it.
man.
Stop it.
And
Stop
I'll
it.
go
Thank you,
back
This
and
is
I'll
Corey.
the
say
same
that.
guy now, Corey. Now listen, this is the same guy. This same guy didn't think that the Browns gonna beat Pittsburgh. What happened?
Hey, boy, listen. After 15 minutes, they were down 28 points. And
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie,
they're getting
I'm a house,
crushed now.
I'm a house divider, man. My wife is a Cleveland fan. She's from Cleveland.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. I sat there. I was gone for a second. I think I went to use the bathroom 15 minutes later. They were down. And then
They were
Yeah,
down big time.
yeah.
Big
Who
time.
who
You're
picked
right.
Cleveland?
They came to play.
Mike, who'd you say picked Cleveland?
You know what? My bad. You did. You changed the thing at the last minute. My bad.
Thank you.
Recap.
Thank you.
Rewind.
Okay,
That's
okay.
right.
I
That's right.
I
Because
just
you went back and forth to the last 2 minutes of the 7.
okay,
You're like, I'm
okay.
changing. I'm
Yeah,
changing.
yeah, he
Retake.
did. Yeah, he
there we
Retake.
did.
go. Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. My bad.
Okay.
That's right. You said
Okay.
retake.
Okay.
You was
I had to
talking
make
junk
sure
and
we
stuff, but I can't think
clarify
of who it
that.
was.
I had to make sure that we got some clarification on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember. I remember that. All right, Corey. We got another one, man. Who you going to go with the Packers and the Rams?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I've been a Packer fan. I'm a Brett Favre fan. When
Okay.
I first really started getting into football, I respected what he did as a player. But then I became kind of like a secondary cheesehead. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Falcons fan all my life, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I respect Aaron Rodgers out there, man. I think I've never seen a more mobile quarterback that can do that. Do what he does in the cold. The cold
Mm-hmm.
weather's always been
Mm-hmm.
the X factor. And I mean, he makes some throws that we see some quarterbacks can do it, but I'm going with the Bay, man. I'm going with the Cheeseheads, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a bad pick, man.
That's
Yeah,
You
not a
you
bad pick.
you can't go wrong with Aaron Rodgers, man. Like you said, he's done things, man, that regular people can't do. Regular quarterbacks can't do, man. He is a special quarterback. Um, and for you to bring up Brett Favre, man, um,
Yeah.
Brett Favre was a dynamic quarterback, and he started off with the Falcons.
Now this is a question I got for both of y'all because I know y'all some star heads or whatever y'all call yourselves, man.
That's
This
okay.
this
We'll take
this
that. We'll take
this
that.
the
this for both of
nation.
y'all. All
Okay.
right. Y'all put a lot of faith in Mike McCarthy. I listened to
Yep.
both of y'all talk as far as Mike McCarthy is concerned. Now Mike McCarthy has worked with both Brett Favre,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron
Yep.
Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's had. I mean, which are both of them are Hall of Fame QBs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like I said, this is a question for both of y'all. Do y'all feel like Mike McCarthy can bring y'all back to that type of play with Dak Prescott?
Okay,
Great
go
question.
ahead, G.
Great question. Oh, you want me to answer first?
Go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Mike McCarthy is a quarterback guru. I think um, he has a way of understanding that how the quarterback works, and getting the best out of quarterbacks.
Okay.
I absolutely think he can do it with Dak. When he got this job, he said Dak was his guy, and he wants to work with him. That was one of the reasons that he got the job. He wanted the job is because of Dak. Um, he's definitely not going to be the same type of player that Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers was, but I
Right.
think he
You don't
would
know that.
definitely uh, use what his abilities are, um, at to the best of his abilities. Man, I think he would bring everything out of him. So I definitely do, man. I'm a big Mike McCarthy fan. I was a fan of his in Green Bay, man. I, I thought what he did, um, is that dog, man. I think he had that dog in him, man. And so yeah, I'm definitely on that train, man. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid.
Brent.
My
Prince.
go. Okay. All right. All right. Full disclosure. I didn't really like the Mike McCarthy adding to the Cowboys, and G taught me into him, so I kind of grew on him. Now, with your question, can he take him to the same place that he took Rodgers and Favre? Is he going to call the offensive plays? Because with those two, he was in on the offensive play caller. Okay, now he's not on the offensive play caller now. So
Mm-hmm.
all depends if he gets in there and puts his hat in the ring on calling offense and running the same offense he ran for them. Because if you remember, he let them call most of their plays
Mm-hmm.
until if he felt that his play was good enough, they were allowed to audible out. Dak has
Mm-hmm.
never had that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Dak has never had that. Every time the offensive coordinator called a play, Dak ran to perfection, whatever it was. That's why they never saw a lot of until he hurt his ankle, and I think that's came with it that there was not a lot of play action passes, a lot of play action rollouts. And if you watch during the time that Dak was most successful is when he was rolling out, constantly. But if you don't do it for such a long time and roll out, you try to do too much, then you're gonna eventually get hurt. So I think he can take him to that spot, but I think he needs to get more into the play caller to see because you can't really work with a quarterback unless you have plays in your head that you think he can achieve and pull off that you feel that he's gonna be good at. So that's kind of how I feel about it. But I have to support my team, not support Mike McCarthy, man. And he's proven me a little bit. He's put my bad thoughts to rest because they did come on strong towards the end of the season. They
Okay.
did start playing as a team, and
Okay.
so we'll have to see. I think it's going to be a good thing, but I think off season for Dallas Cowboys is going to be really helpful, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
OTA and
Mm-hmm.
pre games because they're playing 17 games from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to need that time off to bond and become together as one. So if they can pull that off, then I think we'll be okay, man.
Yeah.
All right,
And you need something?
I'm gonna give
Go.
y'all my Shannon Sharp real quick. So Skip, let me tell you something, Skip. So what you're trying to say is that Dak Prescott is the same kind of player as Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Got-
There's no way that you can even think that that's the same kind of player. Dak Prescott is a good player, but he is not the same kind of thrower. So
so,
G,
so you're putting the Hall of Famer in.
I listen to you G all the time, G. I listen to you G, but listen to me, man. Dak Prescott is not the same kind of guy, man. Not the same kind of guy.
And he's not. And you're right, Shannon. He's not. But guess who is the same type of player? Mike McCarthy. He hasn't changed. He's going to get the best out of him. Brett Favre was not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was not Brett Favre.
But
But
they both make the same kind of throws, kid. I like Dak Prescott, but that ain't that guy, man.
no,
I hear what y'all saying.
he's not that type of player, but he has stuff that they don't have.
What?
Running ability. So Rodgers has escapability, but
Mm-hmm.
Dak has running ability. So you can use both of them. And just to say on Mike's thought, I like what he's saying, but also as the head coach and as the guru, you don't have to call the plays. You can just kind of show uh Kellen Moore what plays will work. Like so Kellen Moore has great plays, but
Okay.
now he just has to figure out when to call those plays.
Mm.
So
Okay.
when Dak before Dak got hurt, Dak was leading the league in passing. He was leading the league in passing. So he
Yeah.
was
Mm.
getting the job. He was getting the job done. Now it's just finding out when to call those plays, and
But
that's
he,
Okay.
what McCarthy's going to use his genius.
Okay.
gotcha. All right.
All right.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
All
Like
right.
I said, that's a good question, man. That's a good question, and I
Hey,
think Dak's still young. I think he's still a work in progress because Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers didn't start becoming superstars till later in their careers, anyways. After they put a little bit
true.
of time in,
Mm.
so they didn't just jump out of the bag right away. If that's the case, the Falcons never would have traded Brett Favre. So and then like I said, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for years.
Yeah.
So
Just stabbing you. Just
I'm
stabbing you,
just
dog.
saying. I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying. So you got to give him time. He's still learning. He's still under some stuff he has to learn because our great quarterbacks have a learning curve. It's going to take him a little while. I mean, even John Elway, how many years did it take him before he even touched the surface? He was a great passer, but it took him. And Peyton Manning lost a bunch of games. He had a
Yeah.
terrible season the first 2 years of his career.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to understand, you gotta give him time to get the right offense around them, the right people, the right offensive coordinator that's going to give them that's can use what they can give to their fullest potential. So, like I said, I still think he's still a work in progress, but they got a really good chance as long as the defense can help keep the other team from scoring. We have
Mhm.
a great chance riding ship this year.
Yeah.
Corey, who's
Yeah.
your team, man?
Yeah.
I'm a Falcons fan, man. I'm a
Oh,
Falcons guy, man,
oh,
through and through, man.
So
oh. I'm
Let
sorry
me,
about that.
hey, man,
yeah.
let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you how far I go back with me as far as
Okay.
Falcons. All right. When I was a kid, Fulton County Stadium, I mean, listen, the Falcons were a terrible team, but
Yeah.
who can take you to a Falcons game for $10? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
Yeah.
just how it was cheap,
Yeah.
but it was a good, entertaining game, and it was my first love. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I see. I
And
feel you.
and I really, I go as far way back. I remember I had a jersey, and we had it didn't even have a name on the back of it, dude. I think my mama got it from Kroger, so no name on it, but that was my team. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I
And,
hear you. I feel you.
and as far as like like rivals with New Orleans, we didn't have too many, but New Orleans, it was two sorry teams, and you knew somebody was gonna come back with a win. So
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I go back real far with it, but I got how you got side pieces. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love good football. I love good basketball. I love good baseball. But at the
Yeah.
same time, the Falcons always been my team, man.
Yeah.
That's good, man. You're all around sportsman. See, I respect
But
that. I respect it.
but
Not one
but
sports,
but
two or three sports.
but what you don't find in Atlanta, man, and this is what I appreciate about you, Corey, man. There's not very many of y'all. There's a loyal Falcons fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they will jump off the wagon fast.
Quick.
It's,
So
I mean,
I
it's a bad girlfriend, but every now and then you have a good time with her.
yeah
Bad
She ain't in
girlfriend.
your pocket.
Yeah, man.
yeah yeah.
My girl, man.
So I like that. So let's transition, man. On since I got you on, Corey, man. Let's transition on to this basketball, man.
All right.
There was a major trade today. James Harden. James
Yeah.
Harden. He done ate his way and talked his way out of Houston, man. And honestly, I don't think he went to a good place, man. I don't think going to the Nets is going to be beneficial for any one of them, man. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Man, when I read it, I was on my break and I saw it. I didn't agree with it. Now me personally, I grew up watching basketball where, like I said, I'm a Dominique Wilkins fan. When you had one superstar and that one superstar took you to the promised land. If you didn't take you there, but you one guy was your star, and that was
Mm-hmm.
my thing. Me personally, I feel like he grabbed on Superman's coattail. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I don't mind it happening, because the Warriors did the same thing. They had a better team to make it happen. I just don't see it being a cohesive fit. Like I said the other day when y'all were on, like you said, great show, by the way. I think Kyrie Irving is the Kanye West of basketball. You just never know where this dude's head is going to be. He also was the same guy that said that the world was flat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just don't know what this guy is. So for him to jail, now this is what I read. All right, so Harden, he needs to have 25 to 30 touches a game.
Yeah, you're correct.
But you're looking at with Durant, he's the same guy, and Harden don't play no defense. So in my heart of hearts, I don't think it's gonna be a good fit, man. I really don't.
I'm with you.
I would have loved to have seen him at a Portland. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that he would. For some strange reason, I thought that he would have, put his shoes on, put his big boy shoes on, and made his way up north. Play with old Dame Dollars. But that's what I wanted to see, though. That was
Dame Dollars, huh? Okay. I think it's gonna be a very weird science experiment, to be honest with you, because if can't nobody stop nobody, then we're just gonna see who we outscore. I mean, if nobody wants to play defense, there's nobody that's gonna stop. There's nobody that's gonna stop Embiid. Who's gonna stop Simmons? Who's gonna stop Tate? Who's gonna stop Brown? I mean, and then the list goes on with the strong teams in the East. And so without them playing defense, because Kyrie don't play defense, Harden don't play defense, Durant played if he has to, comes down to it. So, I mean, I guess they're gonna go out there and see whoever hits the most bucks is gonna win the game. But like I said, Kyrie's to miss a game-winning shot, and Durant's to miss a game-winning shot. You've seen how your boy played against the Lakers the other night. That's really why he won it out. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. I'm glad my Lakers spanked them. Yeah. With what they did, but if you can't play defense, you're not going to beat the elite teams in the East. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. That's just Mike Franklin says he's glad he didn't end up in Miami. I think a lot of teams are glad he didn't end up there, man. It didn't look like James Harden was trying to win. It looked like he was trying to do everything he could to get taken out of Houston, man.
Yeah,
to get traded from Houston,
man. He didn't want to be there.
It looked like he's eating everything in sight. I mean, he looks out of shape. And I just don't see them having enough basketballs, man, for that team. And they got rid of defensive players to get him.
Yeah.
The boy Allen, he's gone. That was their rebounder. That was their defensive player. LeVert, he was a great defensive player and a scorer off the bench. Now you don't have any bench players. So you have a starting five that can score, but what happens when they get in foul trouble, when they get tired? What do you have now, man?
So Galen, you think that they're going to depend on scoring other than I guess outside of defense?
I think that's the only choice they have now. I think
I agree.
That's what they have, and I think honestly, man, I think they have put Steve Nash in a tough situation. His first year, and now you have to deal with the egos of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. I don't think there has ever been a team that had the elite scores that this team has all on one squad, and selfish scores, And I know Harden. I think Harden's leading the league right now in assists, but those are hollow assists. His assists come after he can't find his shot. After he dribbled 18 seconds off the clock, then he'll. So I think it's going to be difficult for him, man. I think they actually got worse, man. I think the Nets actually got worse with this trade. So
now let me ask y'all this. All right, so I tend to get a little personal when it comes to opportunities in the league. All right, and I remember I think y'all had touched on this a couple of weeks ago as far as Nash getting the job. Right, I'm a firm believer that Mark Jackson was pivotal in how they picked that team and put it together at the Warriors.
Yeah,
That draft,
me too. Yeah, I'm 100% with that.
yeah, he was in that room with that draft. You know, he took a chance on Curry. He took a chance on a fourth rounder in Draymond Green. You know, Thompson. I mean, these boys, they were good players, but no, they weren't first rounders. You know, I mean,
Right,
now
that
Steph
was.
Curry, they took a chance on him, but he was a smaller guy, and he made it happen. Now, Steve Nash, out of nowhere, you know, they didn't even know that he interviewed for the job. Now, my question to both of you: are the standards the same when it comes to hiring black coaches, and what do you feel like Mark Jackson's chances are becoming a head coach again?
Okay.
You want to get this one first, Mike?
Yeah, let me get this one first. Um, I think Mark Jackson is getting snubbed for the last couple of years because I don't understand why they. I don't know if they like his uh player friendly coaching mentality, but he has one. He gets along with his team. He brings emotions. He brings trust, and I don't think that rubs a lot of teams the wrong way because there's no way he never should have been fired from the Warriors anyway because he had that team on the street. He didn't want to get them to where they were going to be at. And yeah, I think it's a bias because you can just look at it. I mean, there are a lot of black coaches in the NBA more than the NFL, but there's just some guys that should be coaching the team, and Mark Jackson's the one that nobody's looking at, which I really don't understand why. I mean, this the last couple of years he could have gone in, he could have went to New York, but they didn't pick him. I mean, he could have went to Houston. They didn't get him. Nobody looked for him. I mean, there's a couple Orlando. Like I said, and even the Kings, he could have went to, but nobody's. So I don't understand exactly what it is. I guess they feel that he's not strong enough with his players, but I think he should be a coach in the NBA, and I think that he's just definitely been snubbed.
Okay. Let me piggyback on what Mike was just saying, and I think he's definitely been snubbed out of opportunity to coach in the league again. I think he's great for the young talent that's out there. I think
Mm-hmm.
he meshes with the young talent. Um, and the only thing I can think of, y'all, is that he just doesn't want to coach anymore. Um, and that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe he has it uh, good where he is. Um, it takes a lot to be a head coach in the league, man. It takes up a lot of your time, and maybe he just doesn't want to uh, change his lifestyle up, you know. Um, and that's the only thing I can think of because if not, he definitely deserves a opportunity to be a head coach again, man. Um, he's had some questionable statements while he is commentating. Um, that made me think like, man, I don't know if I really want him to be my coach if he gonna say that now.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But I and with him in Golden State, man, I actually think his course had ran his path, man. I don't think he would have actually took him over the hill. I think they needed a new voice in Golden State, man. I think he had got everything he could out of them players. Like you said, they were playing very well, but they kept on getting knocked out. And um,
Okay. Okay.
I think that new voice uh, helped them out, man. And maybe he just doesn't have that dog you need to win a championship. I mean,
Wow.
it's hard. It's hard to win a championship, man. Um, it's very hard, but and not very many coaches get to do it, and a
Mm.
lot of great coaches don't get it. You know what I mean? You got, Jerry Sloan was a great coach, but he never won.
Right.
Okay.
So it doesn't. I don't think it takes away from him, but I just think it takes a little more dog to be a. And then but then I think you get lucky too. Like I think Tyronn Lue. I think Tyronn Lue got lucky.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he had that dog. I think he just got
Okay.
lucky though. So, yeah. So I guess it's not 100% proof for that dog and the coach, but 99.9. You know, like Doug Peterson. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I think
Yes,
Doug
Yeah.
sir.
Peterson got lucky
Yes,
as
sir.
well.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, so but I think 99.9% of the coaches got to have that dog and win the championship, man.
That's what's up,
Okay.
man.
That's what's up. That's
So
what's up. That's what's up. All right. All right. So let's
I
let, let's
like it.
take a let's take a switch at this. So
Okay.
you know, Victor Oladipo went to Houston. So
Yes.
now they got Houston has a squad. I think is a lot better than what they have right now because at least Victor Oladipo's coming to play. You put him a Wall, and you put him a Boogie. Boy, let
Mhm.
me tell you something, man. They got a nice little squad jumping off there.
They do. They do, man. You want to jump on that, Corey?
Hey man, I like a good starting rotation, but what I realize is a bench is what gets you there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? A bench
Mhm.
is what,
Mhm.
keeps that their starting guys fresh. You
Mhm.
yeah,
know, and I noticed that when I watch, even when I watch, I ain't gonna lie, as much as I don't want to say this, and I know y'all some Lake Show fans, them boys have it's sort of like I know I'm going in with 7 minutes left in the second. I know I'm
Mhm.
going in, with 8 seconds left. I'm sorry, eight not seconds. I mean 8 minutes left.
Minutes. Mhm.
And yeah, they play minutes. They play roll
Mhm.
time. They make sure
hmm
that the ball is fresh because we know who's gonna be in the game that fourth quarter. But they
yeah,
have, they got it's like I got a schedule. I know, regardless if we're down or up, coaches watch guys come off the bench to see if they can create a spark.
yeah.
You know,
Yes, sir.
and I like that starting. I like the starting five that Houston has, but you got nobody coming off the bench. Who's gonna
That's
help them
true.
out? You know, I see the same thing in them 76ers. I like what they got up front, but nobody coming off the bench. The Lakers proved that you got to have some people to come in and take some time. LeBron had to say it once. I got to trust the bench. Now
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
know I'm going to take over in the fourth. The
Mhm.
Warriors did the same thing. They had
Mhm.
guys that that can come in and keep Curry, Thompson, and Clay fresh. I
Mhm.
mean, or Thompson and Draymond fresh. So I like what I saw. I like what I see in Houston, but they still got some work to do. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't like the ownership. I don't.
no,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with Houston
Um,
teams, Texas teams, but except for Dallas, they got some problems out there.
Man,
Houston got some problems, boy. Let me tell you.
um, yeah, that Houston, like you said, bringing Oladipo over there, brings another dog on the offensive side, and he's a pretty decent defender, like you said, but uh they're not deep and they're small, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's not going to help them out, man.
no,
Unfortunately, man, they got rid of some key pieces, man, that really
yeah,
is going to hurt that team.
mm,
Um,
you're right.
so
It's
yeah,
going, it's going to hurt them bad.
yeah, they have probably. I'm not gonna say they got worse, but they probably just stayed the same. He's probably
Yeah,
just
mm,
stayed the same, even with that pickup of Oladipo.
you're right.
I think they should have kept Levert over Oladipo. I think Levert is a better defender, and
opposite defense guy. Yeah,
yeah, and he plays defense as well, man. So um, I think they should have stayed with that. But that's just what I think with that. Um, it's a major change up in the East, man. Um, the Sixers can't stay healthy, um, but Embiid seems to be carrying the load right now for them, man. Um, but I'm with Corey. I don't think they're deep enough um, to really compete in
hmm
that East like that, man. I still, Corey, me and Mike have a bet on wings. Um,
okay.
and I got the
20
Hawks
piece lemon
being
pepper, baby.
yeah, I got the Hawks
What's the
being a
bet?
better team than the Sixers this year.
Yeah, I
Wow.
felt the same way when they said it to me.
Yeah. Um, I'm not looking good right now. I'm not looking good right now.
Woo!
But I still believe in what the Hawks and
I
it goes back to what
believe.
we were talking about. Is deep. I think the Hawks are deep. I
Yeah.
think the Hawks
They
have a bench. I think the Hawks have a really good coach, and I thought Rondo coming there and Gallinari um, brings them that leadership, that veteran stability that they needed. They have a lot of young talent, but they had
Now
no veterans that can show them how to win.
Gallinari is hurt right now,
He's
right?
hurt right now, and Rondo.
Rondo
Both
hurt
of
right
them.
now.
Yeah,
Both
Yeah,
of them.
that's why you see them. They're not really playing like that. Yeah,
yeah,
so
that 4-game skid. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
4 games skid. Well, they won last night, the night before last. So that they
They did okay.
broke that. Yeah, so they broke it. So and as bad as they're playing, I think they're what Mike sixth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No, I'm
so
sorry. No, sir. I'm sorry. They're 9.
they went back to 9.
Let me
They
just
were
double
just
check. Yeah.
they had went up. They
Hold
had went
on.
up. They went up to like 6. Um,
Because I think what it was 6-6 well, it's
I think they
500
six
ball they
and
playing
five
right now,
now.
right? Huh?
I think they 6 and 5.
6-5. Okay, okay.
I think they are. Let me see.
That's a
Um,
gangster bet though, man. That's a
yeah.
gangster bet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I'm rolling. I'm rolling with them, man. I'm rolling with them.
I like what they did. I like the transition. I think that Rondo is going to show them some championship style of play.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want Rondo to be there to kind of, get Trey Young into that mind frame, that he can be a killer.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I listen, man. I miss that '90s ball playing, or either 2000. Like I ain't gonna lie, Kobe. I gained respect for him after he finished playing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Mm-hmm.
knew he was a dog.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew he
A
was a
lot of people
dog.
did. A lot of
Yeah,
people did.
AI dog. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I even
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce. Some scorers.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want Trey Young to have that same mentality, and I like when I see Rondo in his ear. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I ain't saying make
Mm-hmm.
him a bad guy, but put some dog in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And no, man, no, because the Knicks have a better record than the Hawks, man. So the Hawks are at 8.
They
Hey,
8 now. Yeah. So they
Mm-hmm.
dropped down 1. That's because they ain't
Mm-hmm.
played.
Mm-hmm.
They may just be just because of um, games played. They might have dropped down, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll be all right. They'll be all right, man. I think, like I said,
It's
at the
okay.
end of the season,
Hey,
man,
hey,
they'll be
have faith. Have
they'll be
faith.
ahead of the Sixers.
Cause I'm
mm,
coming to Atlanta. I'm coming to Atlanta personally to get my wings.
Oh yeah,
Cause I'm coming down that weekend
you're
once
gonna have to come
everything's
bring
settled.
bring your wallet.
I'm coming
Bring your
down there and
wallet.
we're gonna do a podcast in your man cave
Hmm.
and sit in your chair with my wings sitting right there.
Long as you bring your wallet, don't leave your wallet. You're gonna need your wallet because I'm gonna need you gonna need to pay for my meal.
where's Prince at?
I'm in
Augusta.
Augusta.
He in Augusta.
Augusta. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. He in
okay.
Augusta.
That's
So
what's up.
it ain't that far, man.
Yeah.
All right, you right. Well, at 20, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right up 20. House
I
give
got
a jump.
Yeah, I got you.
Mike,
That's
House
what's
man,
give
I
a
up.
jump.
know if you got to get off, baby boy, you can get off, man. I know you got to go to work in
Okay.
a
All
minute,
right.
man.
Hey, Corey, I appreciate you coming on, joining the show. And
Hey
sorry
man,
again, I came a little late, fam. I had a little technical difficulty, but I'm glad I got on for the time that I got on. I'm looking forward for the next cast. Real
Yeah.
quick, Mr. G, Mr. G.
Yes,
So
sir.
we doing Saturday and Sunday at 12, right?
Yeah, yeah. Saturday and Sunday, man. We gonna push it back because the games come on at what 4? Is it?
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. It's not the normal, it's the normal wild card.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I think they moving to 4 and 8. I think it is.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
push
So
we'll push it back some, so I can get my cut, man. So I can get my cut ready for the show, and
oh
then
my goodness. Oh my goodness. You'll get
and
your
then
cut ready but still wear a hat.
yeah, yeah, and then we'll have the Decatur another Decatur legend, Super
Okay.
Bowl champion,
The
um,
deck. You wanna know
nine
what the
year
deck?
NFL veteran Daniel Wilcox will be on the show,
There
man,
you go.
on Saturday,
Okay.
man. So we're looking forward to that show, man. So yeah,
All right,
Mike.
fellas.
All
All
right.
right, fellas. Corey,
Well,
appreciate
hey, I
getting us.
love
So
you, my dog.
I'll join y'all again on Saturday, fellas.
Yes,
Much
sir,
love.
bro.
I'm
One
going,
love,
bro.
baby.
All
appreciate
right,
it,
man.
man.
All right, man.
All right,
Later.
boy.
Later,
Later.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. So Big Corey, man. I'm trying to stick with the Hawks, man. I believe in the Hawks, dog. I really do,
Okay.
man. I
Hey man, I appreciate that.
I think I saw when I said I like the coach. I saw you kind of frown up, man. You're not really feeling the coach, man.
I see some mistakes, man. I see mistakes, for time management. I see mistakes sometimes just, taking chances, on that bench, not trusting your players to not foul out. But I know I know he knows what he's doing. I like Lloyd. I just think sometimes the inexperience can come through, or you can see it sometimes. Because some of those games we shouldn't lose. On that 4-game skid, I just felt like, the clock management and player management, as you put him in, somebody, on the street, keep him in the game. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it bugs me a little bit when I watch it. I'm like, come on, we could have won that game, So same way with the Falcons, it's just management that get me sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like and I agree with you on that, man. I think Brandon Knight, man, it's not Brandon Knight, what Knight, the Knight kid.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I like his game, man. I
Okay.
think he needs a lot more playing time. And I think the backup point guard, I think he needs less time. He doesn't really do a whole lot for me. And what is his name? I wrote his name down the other day, man. What is his name?
The backup point guard?
Yeah, the backup point guard.
Is he rookie, right?
Is he a rookie?
I don't know much about him.
Dang it. I know this is bad radio, this is bad TV, y'all. I'm sorry.
You good, man. You good.
What's my guy's name? And he is young.
Yeah. I see, and he make mistakes. When I'm thinking that he's trying his best to make a statement, that's just not the time.
Absolutely.
Now Knight, I ain't gonna lie. The last time I saw him play, I think he had 21 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes he catch fire, then you put him down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a losing effort, I think he got 21 buckets. You know what I'm saying, or 21 points.
And he had a very good game against the Nets. He had a very good game against them, man. The game wasn't too big for him. The lights weren't too bright, but he played in college 4 years, and I think that makes a difference. I think that makes a difference, man. The maturity that he has, it really shows up when you play that long in college. Goodwin, thank you, Mike Franklin. Goodwin, that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't do a whole lot while he's on the court. Like, he doesn't really make a lot of mistakes, but he doesn't give you a lot any of assist or defense or anything, man.
Not enough seasoning.
And I think Cam Reddish has to play better. And he has to play better on the defensive side. He has the capabilities, man, to be a Scottie Pippen like.
Okay.
He has the length, the athleticism, the ball skills to be that type of player. If he would just dig into it. He looks like he's just going through the motions while he's out there.
Yeah. That's a gangster statement, man, to say, Scottie Pippen, he had the green light to, control the game sometimes too when Mike needed a blow, but he was always that second command, that second general in command,
Yeah.
So that's a gangster statement right there.
Yeah. I thought Cam Reddish, out of the three coming out of Duke, I thought Cam Reddish was probably the best NBA player out of them three, between Zion or RJ Barrett. I thought Cam Reddish would be that guy, man. He just looks like I said, he's just going through the motions.
My first impression of Cam Reddish when I was watching him play, I just thought he needed a little bit more confidence. In his ball, choosing ability or whatever, scoring ability. Because like I said, at Duke, he was the man. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those cats at Duke. But I think his I ain't saying his confidence, but I just think he needs, just like I said, a little bit more seasoning or like you were saying, I don't want him just taking up space out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought he could be a decent 3. You know what I'm saying? He's what they got him playing right now? He's 3 position.
Yeah, he's playing more so like the 3-2 in
3-2. Okay.
between, like the combo, like kind of like Scotty. Like I said,
Yeah.
It's kind of like Scotty, man. Because he can move up to the 2 and he can play the 3. He can guard the 3s. He just needs to, like it's what you said, man. It's confidence,
Yeah.
and I think he does like I used to do as a ball player. If I know I'm the best player on my team or on the court right there, I'm going ball out. If I feel like there's somebody else that may be just as good, I may let him take over and sit back
Okay.
instead of being that same dog. Yeah, and I think that's what he does. If he knows it's all on him, he's gonna go out there and ball out. But he knows Trae Young is there. I can just sit back. But Trae Young needs him to actually be a dog too.
Okay.
So I would wish he would just bring it the whole time, man. Just go for their throat. And I guess that's that Kobe, in me. Like, you want to be that killer, no matter what. No matter who's on the court, you want to be that killer. And I don't know if you can make people be there if they're not that. So
is Trae a killer?
I think Trae Young is, yes.
Dog.
Yeah. I think he's AI-ish. You know what I mean? Woo. I think he's coming for your throat every time. You don't get any breaks with Trae Young. So I definitely do. I definitely do, man.
That's what's up, man. All right. That's what's up, man. Hey, that's what's up. What else you got on the docket, man? Like I said, I'm here as long as you need me here, man.
Okay. My dog. Let's jump in. So I talked about the we'll go back to football now. I talked about the Philly coach, man. And Mike Franklin was on there with me as well, talking about it. What do you think about what he did? And what do you think about the Giants fans?
All right. My first when I was watching that game, and when he took out Hurt, I think that was the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it was probably more things that that the owner wanted to do. Like you mentioned a second ago, that 123 million that he invested in Wentz, he just didn't want to see it go down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he figured he can get another coach, but I just felt like when he decided, let me give this third string quarterback a chance, to throw, as opposed to like you say, I know you said that he was playing to win, but I just, from an owner standpoint, I don't think they knew what he was doing, and I think that decision making, when you're trying to see if Jalen Hurts is going to be your guy in the future, he took him out. I ain't saying that Jalen was just blowing it up, but I think he did score 2 touchdowns at that game, right? And if you are really, if you got Wentz on the sidelines in no uniform, and you done put Hurts in, this is supposed to be your starting guy. You play him to the end. You play him, you play to win the game. And I just thought he gambled. And I don't think, what is it? And it's Lori and he's the owner of
Lori, the GM.
Yeah. I don't think he was too keen on that, man. And that I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, man.
Yeah. I was reading something that was saying that Peterson was said he was tired of being told what to do, not really being able to run the team. So I wonder if they were wanting him to put Wentz in, or he said, you know what, I'll do you even one better. I put Studfield in, and
Deep.
that might have solidified his firing.
And you think him getting that getting the Super Bowl, you think that was luck?
I think, yeah, I do. I think they got on a run. I think they did get on a run. I think Nick Foles got on a run toward the end, and that defense played well.
Nick Foles won that Super Bowl,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Nick Foles, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think Nick Foles is not a starter too, though. I think Nick Foles is a good backup that's going to come in and win you a couple games. And I think
Fitz,
he won those couple of games.
you saying he's a Fitzpatrick?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It got him a good payday.
It sure did.
It did. It got him a good payday.
Yeah, it did.
But yeah, I definitely think that was a luck. I think that was definitely thought it was luck, man. Mike Franklin says that it was disrespectful to Hurts. Hurts was balling. I don't know if it was disrespectful. Hurts was balling. But Hurts young, man. He first year now. He know he got a lot of time.
Right.
So I don't think it was disrespectful to him. I don't think he took it as disrespectful. Like you said, I know as a player you want to win, and so as a player at the time, I'm sure they all want to win, man, and that's where all that comes from. But like I said, I think now overall, after they look back at it, I think they feel they will be better for it next year because now you get a top 10 pick, you know what I mean, a top 7 pick.
So at this point, they're looking for another coach.
Yes. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Now I've been I do my little reading. I know you do a lot of reading and a lot of research. Now Airbnb, man, as much as I've been hearing you talk about him, he's interviewed for 6 times already, but nobody's pulled the trigger.
Nobody's pulled the trigger, man.
What do you think that is?
And it can be 2 things. It can be he's just weighing his options, and he's been already offered some jobs, or he's telling them just wait until after the season because he doesn't want to distract the Chiefs.
Okay.
So you don't. It could be one of those. I think somebody out of them 6, somebody wants him. I don't believe that he went in there and just bombed all these interviews. I think he's a hot commodity. I think he's doing it more so just for Kansas City's sake. Just respect for them. That's all I think it is. I think he's gonna get a job as soon as they're out or as soon as they win. It'll be said probably that same night. So
got a question. I start my season off 11-0. Then my team breaks down on me. Mike Tomlin,
my man, we was going there and there. I love it. Okay.
What are your thoughts on how the Steelers? And I know I had to check on some of my Steelers fans. I know you had posted that before. Check on the Steelers fan. They look so good in the regular season, and then what happened, man?
A couple of things with the Steelers. They had a pretty soft schedule. They had a pretty soft schedule, man. So, being that the NFC East was a bad division already, they played all 4 of us. They played the whole NFC East this year, and then they played the likes of a bad Baltimore team at the time. Baltimore was playing bad, and then like Mike Franklin was right on point. They couldn't run the ball. When you have a team that can't run the ball, you become limited, man, in what you can do. Their defense was playing outstanding early in the season. you know. And then I think when I was saying earlier, this season was based on who's going to be the healthiest. The healthier team will go the furthest in this league this year because of COVID. And they were healthy early on, man. Like
Yeah.
everybody else had injuries, they didn't have any. And then you saw over the last 4 or 5 weeks, they started losing people.
Yeah.
They started losing people. They lost. I think they probably lost 4 linebackers. Um, so their defense started struggling after that. They stopped. They weren't able to stop the run. So they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't stop the run. And then when you can't run the ball, now you gotta hope your quarterback can throw it everywhere. And then Roethlisberger arm,
Yeah.
he had just had surgery. I guess the wear and tear on it, man. He started getting weaker and weaker, and he was
Start missing those throws. Yeah.
yeah, he was a dink and dunk guy, man, and it just wasn't working. And you can see each game start getting closer and closer, closer and
So
closer, and until
so
they
this
started
wasn't
losing.
coaching.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this wasn't coaching.
Um, some of it was coaching.
Okay.
I'll say 25% coaching and 75% uh they just weren't as good as they thought they were.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Um I'm not I don't want to put a whole lot on the coaching, but I think a lot of it is they just weren't as good as they thought they were.
Okay.
And other teams were. You see when they played like the Buffalo Bills,
Right.
um, they lunch handed to them. Um,
Buffalo, man.
yeah,
They surprised me all year, man. That
yeah,
boy Diggs and Allen. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah.
a great pickup for them, man. Picking up Diggs, that was a great pickup.
Yeah.
Um, what really showed me with the Steelers when the Cowboys played the Steelers, um, and I just knew we were about to get blown out, man. And we barely lost that game with Garrett Gilbert. With
Oh, okay. That Gilbert game. Okay, I got you. I
yeah,
got
we lost
you.
by 3 points
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Okay.
the Steelers, man. And Garrett Gilbert, like the man hang.
I didn't even know where it came from. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right, right,
Right.
and
Right.
barely lost, man, and that showed me like, ooh, the Steelers might be in trouble. They might be in trouble. So I kind of figured they'd be one and done. I didn't think they would lose because Cleveland didn't have their head coach. They didn't have their offensive line coach. They didn't have their
Mm,
right tackle. I was like, COVID got them. That was the reason. But I changed my pick. I started believing and remembering that they couldn't stop the run, and that's what
okay.
Cleveland does well.
Gotcha.
Cleveland,
Gotcha.
you know. So yeah, I like Mike Tomlin, man. He's another coach that has that dog in him, man.
Okay.
His team is going to be prepared. I
Yeah.
think, yeah. So, um, but that was a shocker though. That was a shocker.
Yeah.
And I love to see it as a Cowboys fan. You always want to see Pittsburgh lose.
So y'all want to see him go down?
No,
I'm telling
absolutely not. Absolutely
you,
not.
I didn't really, man. I was picking them because it was I love the underdog. The long shot. Now I
Mhm.
did know that the Browns they had a lot of guys they were out, man. They still
Yeah,
had guys out for COVID,
yeah, yeah,
and like I said, 15 minutes was up, and they were 20 minutes out. I mean, they were 20 points up,
yeah,
28 points.
yeah.
I, I just didn't know what to do, and then I remember you had post something after they got up to like I said that I think they had 35 points,
Uh-huh.
and all they were trying to do was just not lose the game. You know, they,
Yeah,
they were just
yeah,
trying to not lose it. They were
yeah.
trying not to make they didn't want to put it in Baker Mayfield's hand. They were like, listen,
Hmm.
we're gonna run this thing down their throat. Just we can't lose the game.
Right,
You know,
right.
I felt that. I felt
That
that.
they were playing scared, man. And as a coach, you can't play scared, dog. You can't
Yeah.
you can't you can't play scared, man. And they almost tried to let them bad boys back in the game.
Yeah.
Um,
They
but
tried. They tried.
They
So
tried, man. It's a game of momentum, man. And if you let that team get momentum, y'all both can't have momentum.
yeah,
Momentum don't go.
I I can tell they were trying to play prevent.
Right, 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 right.
It wasn't
Yeah,
working.
it don't work, man. It don't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up, man.
So,
All right.
so what do you think about? And this is that young generation that we're in right now, man. Um, After the game, Claypool goes on social media and
The wide out.
for the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Yeah.
and he's on there and he's at his home and he's saying, you know what, we took a loss, but Cleveland's gonna lose next week, so who cares?
Hating. That's hating. That let me know right there. It stung. It hurt me.
It hurt
Or
you. It
yeah,
hurt
it
you.
hurt. Yeah.
It hurt.
That let me know too. You didn't think that you were capable of losing to a team like Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Because they they
Mm-hmm.
they they whooped on Cleveland for years.
Yes. Yes.
And some kind of way you got a haymaker. You got hit with a haymaker and
Yeah.
you lost
Yeah.
the
Yeah. They
yeah.
got the Buster Douglas. They got.
Yeah. Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And you went home butt hurt and then you wanted to say something negative.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
let me tell you something. If Cleveland figures out a way to win against what
Kansas City.
Kansas City,
Mm-hmm.
dude, what
So
what what do you think their chances are?
like 7%.
Damn. Okay. No chance. Okay, no chance.
Yeah, I don't think they have a chance. Look, I don't like what Claypool did, but I think he might be right. Like, I think Kansas City is just tough, man. I think they are tough, dog. But the only thing that gives them hope is Cleveland runs the ball well, and you
Okay.
can run the ball. You can keep the ball away from Mahomes, man.
Yeah.
You have to keep them off the field, and a running game will do that.
Yeah.
So they they have a chance. So let me change that, man. I give them a good 35%.
That's better. That's better
Yeah, I
than
give them 35. That's better than 7. That's better
Yeah.
than
7%. Okay.
7.
Okay. I know it's a feel good. Like my wife was saying the other just yesterday. She goes, I don't care if we win or lose. Our Super Bowl was last week. It's like they just wanted to beat the Steelers too. You know what I'm saying? That was
Right.
nobody expected it. It was a home run hitter. It was nobody expected it. But I watched Kansas City. I watched Hill. I watched the weapons that they have. What's NTN? The running back they got. Then they still got what's your boy name that came on he's backup running back at Kansas City was at Buffalo.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Uh
You know who I'm talking about, man.
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
They got weapons. And your boy from Kansas City. I'm sorry, your boy from the Steelers that went to the Jets. Running
Le'Veon
back.
Bell. Le'Veon
They
Bell.
got Bell too. Yeah, they got a slew. They like Alabama. They got a bunch of running backs.
Yeah, yeah.
Pieces. You can't do anything with Tyreek Hill. They got. I feel you. They got weapons.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So you got some fans on here, man. Big Stan say what up? Big Corey.
Stan let me
Yeah,
hang in today.
yeah.
We'll talk
And
about that
then
somewhere.
my girl and your girl, man, Miss Darlene.
Darlene. Oh
Yeah,
man,
Darlene Miller.
yeah,
Yeah,
Johnson Learning Center.
yes, Johnson Learning Center. She said
Then,
my 2 babies.
hey, that took care of my kids, man.
Yeah, yeah. She took care of my kids and me. She used to feed me when I came in there, man.
I know that's right. I
Yeah,
go back with Darlene when I ain't gonna lie, man. I think at least 6, 7 years old, bro.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Me and
man.
her nephew, her nephew, her son, we all grew up together, same neighborhood, bro.
Yeah. Darlene, that's my baby there, man. That's my baby.
Yeah, man. Glad
That's my
she
baby.
on.
She doing well, man. She
That's
doing
what's up, man. Hey,
um
I got one last question for you, man.
okay.
One last question, and I know, it's I try to make sure I pick your brain when I say what I say, man. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? All right. Can the Lakers can LeBron take these Lakers? I think he done signed. He signed. Well, he got 2 more years left, right?
Uh-huh. Well, he
Do
actually
you,
three.
he got
He did,
three.
yeah, he did extension, yeah.
Okay.
He did
Can
extension
LeBron
this.
play long enough to play with his son, with
So
Bron?
if anybody can do it, and let me Mike Franklin is picking Cleveland to win this weekend. Um, so just to throw that out there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he's a huge Hurricanes fan. So they have a lot of Hurricanes players, so he's going with them because of that.
Okay. I feel
Um,
that.
yeah. So to your question, uh, if anybody can do it, LeBron can. So his son is a sophomore now, I believe. He was a freshman last year, so he's a sophomore now.
So
Um,
15.
yeah, so he's 15. So 2 more years of school, be 17, and probably by that time, he will be able to probably just jump straight into the league. Um,
He commit to Duke.
Not yet. I don't think so.
Okay.
I
Okay.
haven't heard that.
Okay. I
Um,
thought they said he committed to Duke. Okay.
he may have. I just haven't heard that, but he may have. Um, but I think the rules will be changed where you can go straight into the league again.
You think they're
Um,
gonna change that?
yeah, I think they're gonna change it.
Okay.
I think people are starting to make uh, money um, doing the other league now. So you can go and make money in the other league. Uh, so I think they're gonna skip that college, man, and go
You can
straight
make
to
some
the league.
money.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
where the money is, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think they could. I think he could, man. I think he can go another 3 years, easy. Um, the man spends $1 million on his body,
Yeah.
um, and he has the pieces there to make it easy on him. Anthony Davis is he's now calling this Anthony Davis's team.
Mm.
He's transitioned out of that spot, and he's giving this team over to AD, man. So
Okay.
he's ready to take the back seat, and who says he needs to be LeBron when his son comes in the league? He can just be uh, a backup. He come off the bench, you know,
Baby son. Okay.
and
Okay.
just to play with his son, you know. Uh, and LeBron's a smart dude, man. He's kind of I think he's thought this all the way through.
Yeah.
Um, he's gonna find a way to get his son on the Lakers so he can play with his son.
You
Um,
think so?
I think so, man. I think so.
Man, what's up, man? All
Even
right. All
even
right.
if he doesn't get drafted, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if he's good enough right now to get drafted. But even
Right.
if he
Right. Right.
doesn't get drafted, he'll definitely get signed by the Lakers. Um,
Okay.
because
On the practice squad or something, just to
yeah,
get in there.
yeah, bring him on, man. Bring him on. And that'd be one thing that nobody in the NBA could ever say. Is that they played with their son in the NBA.
Right. Right.
You know,
Facts. Facts. That's what's up, man. All
Mike
right.
Franklin said he's out, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you joining, baby. I love you, man. Love you, Mike Franklin. Yeah. So, absolutely, man. I think that will. And I wasn't a big LeBron fan, man. When before I came to LA.
Really?
I no. I'm a Laker through and through. Um, I didn't. I respect this game. I
Okay.
just didn't. I wasn't a fan of his, you know. But I like I like him as a player. I like him as a person.
Okay.
I just wasn't a big. I wasn't a big fan.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think he's gonna be able to make that Lakers Ring of Honor when he's done playing? Has he played that? Has he played that well?
If he wins, I think if he wins, I think if he wins two more chips,
Two more. Okay. Okay.
if he wins two more, man, I think you'll put him in the ring.
Put him in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even think Shaq is in the ring right now.
How many Shaq take to the Lakers? 3. He got 3 with
Two?
the Lakers.
Is it 3?
2. Well, he
Yeah,
was in
no, he
that
got
3
3.
piece.
He got 3.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
3.
3.
Yeah, he got 3.
And he's not in the. He's not in that
I
Lakers
don't
Ring
think
of
he's
Honor.
in. I don't think he's in the ring yet.
Okay. Okay.
I know he has a statue, but I don't think he's in the ring yet.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But he will be. He will be.
Yeah. He was a good Laker.
Yeah, he will be. He will be.
Yeah. So you've always been a Lakers fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm my favorite player growing up was Magic, man. He was the reason I started playing basketball.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was never a Jordan fan. I was Magic. Magic was my guy, man.
Man, you know my favorite player coming up was Reggie Miller, bro.
Really?
Reggie. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Miller time was for some strange reason I gravitated. Let me tell you, I met him one time at Lenox Square. I ain't gonna lie to you. He snubbed me, but I was I was a Reggie Miller fan, dude. For some strange reason, that it was Reggie, Ray Allen,
Okay.
Dominique Wilkins. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Dominique was first. Dominique was always my guy. You know, as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dominique.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with MJ. I just thought that if you touched him, it was a foul. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
But Reggie was my guy, man. For some
Yeah.
strange reason, I just wanted to. I just did. I love the way he played the ball. And I'll be straight with you. I was a Bird fan too, man.
Yeah.
I respect the Bird.
I respect the Birds game. I was definitely wasn't a Bird fan, but I respected this game, man. So I agree with you. I feel you on that, man.
Yeah.
And you just I like good players. I like good basketball, and all those players were like dynamic basketball players, man. And
Shooters.
they gave everything. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't no days off.
Right.
You know, you knew when you came up against Reggie Miller, you was in for a long night.
You
You
gonna
knew
play
when you
ball.
went against Larry Bird, it was gonna be a long night. You know, so I definitely agree with you on that. And Dominique, man, that boy was that outstanding, man. The human highlight film was what he was, dog. I was a big Dominique fan as well.
Okay.
Because I just thought he played hard, man. I like a player who plays that hard.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
I like Dominique, and then I've met Dominique a couple times, and
Okay.
he's just a down to earth type guy, man.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very down to earth, man. He's very humble. He doesn't, he sees you, he speaks, he shakes your hand, he does, whatever you need, man, he does it. So I respect that.
That's what's up, man.
Dominique. So
All
definitely,
right.
definitely.
Hey, man.
So man, this has been a great show, my dog. Great show, man.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, man. Look, got my second guest on here, my third guest on, man. My boy Corey, dog.
Yeah, man.
Man, look, hey everybody, man. I appreciate you all joining, man. I appreciate you all watching. Big shout out to my boy Mike Prince, who's always on, man. My boy who be co-hosting with me. And my dog Big Corey, man. I appreciate you, dog, man. I love you, baby boy. You mean the world to me, dog.
Hey, man. Hopefully I'll be able to do it again with you one of these days, man. Like I said, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carlos, Stan, Darlene, hey, me and Corey both love you, baby. Mom, I see you watching. Big Brandon Buchanan's watching, dog. B, hey, I appreciate you watching, B. Low, You always checking in. I appreciate the big dog. Who else on here? I forgot the rest of the people. Oh, Matt Nagy, Mike Franklin. Hey man, love y'all. Hey, we are out. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube, man. Hey, we'll see y'all next weekend, baby. We out. Peace.
Hey man, later.